Welcome to today's session. A very good morning and good evening to all the participants. In today's session, I would like to focus on a specific topic known as HANA Live. So what is the difference between BA content and HANA Live? So both are standard solutions provided by SAP. So both the solutions are provided by SAP, but BA content is mainly for BW for HANA, whereas HANA Live is for SAP HANA. So even in SAP HANA Live, we have content delivered for financials, logistics, human capital management, and various industry-specific solutions. In today's session, I would like to walk through the entire HANA Live. What is the purpose of HANA Live? What is the architecture of SAP HANA Live? How we can import these solutions to native HANA? How to activate them? And finally, how to deploy them. So that is the agenda for today's session. Excuse me. So let me open Paint. Very good morning and good evening to all the participants. I hope all the participants able to hear me. I hope all the participants able to hear me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. In today's session, I would like to focus on a specific topic known as HANA Live. So what is the difference between BA content and HANA Live? So both are standard solutions provided by SAP. So both the solutions are provided by SAP, but BA content is mainly for BW for HANA, whereas HANA Live is for SAP HANA. So even in SAP HANA Live, we have content delivered for financials, logistics, human capital management, and various industry-specific solutions. In today's session, I would like to walk through the entire HANA Live. What is the purpose of HANA Live? What is the architecture of SAP HANA Live? How we can import these solutions to native HANA? How to activate them? And finally, how to deploy them. So that is the agenda for today's session. Excuse me. So let me open Paint. So in SAP HANA Live, There are three layers. The first layer is known as private layer. The second layer is known as reuse layer. And the third one is known as query layer. So private layer is a layer where the solutions cannot be modified. So basically it is nothing but private layer is nothing but it's based on the entity relationship modeling. Based on the customer requirement, if you would like to change the standard functionality delivered by SAP, we cannot change them, we cannot change at the private layer, but we can change at the reuse layer. So to keep it very simple, a reuse layer is a layer where we use for doing the enhancements. In order to enhance based on the business requirement, we need to do modifications at the reuse layer. And query layer is where we expose to the business users. To keep it simple, private layer is only to safeguard the entity relationship model where we cannot make any modifications. Reuse layer is a layer where we enhance according to the business requirement. And finally, the customer will receive a query layer. So first I would like to show you these three layers on the system. To do that, I'm going to log into the HANA Studio. So let us click Start, click All Programs, click SAP HANA, and click on HANA Studio. So once I click on HANA Studio, so basically HANA Live, when it is delivered, it is charged at the extra licensing cost. When you purchase SAP HANA license, it's only you receive the database license, but we don't receive HANA Live because it is to be purchased according to the business requirement. But SAP also delivers this HANA Live in the form of RDS. So what is RDS? RDS is nothing but rapid deployment solutions that SAP provides end-to-end solutions, all the business blueprints, all the requirement documents. The documentation is provided by SAP for a particular business area. We can only purchase those specific areas and we can import into system. Okay, so let us log into HANA Studio. So once you log into HANA Studio, click Window, Perspective, click Reset Perspective, and click Yes. I'm just trying to log into SAP HANA Perspective. So click on Open Perspective, click on SAP HANA Modeler, click OK. Now let us right-click on System, click Log On. Now, excuse me. So here we can see EDB system. When I click on File, click Import, SAP HANA Content. Here you would see a delivery unit mode and a developer mode. SAP delivers HANA Live or RDS in the form of .tgz extensions. They deliver in the form of .tgz extensions. Now these TGZ extensions can be imported to the system using the delivery unit mode. Please see here. Select the delivery unit mode to import objects available at server or at client location in the form of .tgz files. Now we have to download these .tgz files from service.sap.com. So once you download from service.sap.com and then you import onto system, we have to import using the client option to SAP HANA. Anyways, I'm going to show you, but before that, I would like to explain and show what is a private layer, reuse layer, and a query layer. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just cancel this. Let us go to a package called SAP. Let us expand the content. Once we expand the content, let us go to a package called SAP. Expand the package SAP. Here you would see a sub package called HBA. Expand. And here you would see a package called ECC. Expand. Now, now the entire HANA Live is delivered as a part of calculation views. If you see, there are three types of views, as you know: attribute view, analytic view, and a calculation view. The complete HANA Live is based on a calculation view solution. Again, you know, calculation views are of three types: a dimension model, cube model, and cube with star join. SAP HANA Live delivers a solution for master data in the form of dimensions. And to handle amount and quantity related data, it uses cube with star join. So what I'm going to do now, let me show you an end-to-end example on what is a private view. So first I'm going to go to any of these views. So let me take a sales example. So here we see there is a view called VBAK. Now VBAK is nothing but sales or the header table. So let us double click on this. So once you double click on this, and let us open properties of this view. Now here you see when you select this, and when I open properties, let us go to the semantics, click on semantics, click on view properties. So once you click on view properties, please see participants here. At the label here, you can see it's a private view. Private views are nothing but views that cannot be modified. So let us minimize, click to minimize. Now, let me open let us close the quick view. So here at the view properties, you can see this is a private view. These private views can be used inside a reusable view. Now, if you would like to know this private view is used in which reusable views, we have to use use list. So what we have to do here is we have to right click on this, click on where used. Once you click on where used, so at the bottom here you can see, and at the where used list, these private views are used at the usages 8. So it is used in condition, it is used in sales document header, it is used at item and schedule line. So it used at the header level, it used at the item level, it used at the schedule lines as well as conditions. Now let us open any of this. So what I'll do is I'll right click on this and click open. So once you click open, I'm trying to open a reuse view. So I'll just open this. Again, I click on semantics, click on view properties. And here you can see reuse view for sales document header. So what we are trying to do, please see participants, if you expand the projection, once you expand the projection, here you could see the private view. Here you could see vbak.com, vba.com, which is a private view that is used inside sales document header data. Now let me open this, click to open. Once you open, here is the private view. So what I'm trying to say here is, vbak.com is a private view, sales document header is a reuse view, and these reuse views can be enhanced. So it means that you can enhance this. For example, let us click back. So once you click back, what I can do here. So according to my requirement, I'll go to the joins and then I'll select all the required business entities. Let's say I require any of these business entities. Either I could deselect or select. Let's say I require sales document condition. So I'll just select this and then I can click validate and click save and activate. So basically they are allowed to do modifications. Okay, participants. So once you click finish, the view gets activated based on the business requirement. Okay. Now, if you would like to know these reuse views are used in which query view, again we need to do the same procedure. Right click and see where use list on the reuse view. So what I'll do now, I'll go back again to sales document header. Yes, I'll try to find out. Let me scroll to the top. Let us right click on the calculation views. Let me click find. 1 minute, participants. So now this is the reuse view. So I'll just right click on this. Now I'm trying to see this view is used in which query views. So click on where used. So once you click on where used, so it's been used in 23 other locations. It is used in billing, it's used in credit memo and the finance. It is used in the customer sales document, it's used in debit memo. It's also used in sales contract, quotations. Now, what I'll do is I'll just try to open any of these customer sales document query. I'll right click on this and click open. So once I click open, and now let me click on the semantics. Let us click on view properties. Now here you can see it's a query view for customer sales documents. So on top of these reuse views, you have a query view. Now, these query views are views that are actually exposed to the business users. So business can access these query views. Business users can access these query views and see all their subject areas according to their requirement. Now, these query views can be used in Lumira. It can be used and exposed via OData services in SAP Fury apps You can expose to UI5. You can use them in CDS views. You can use them in Design Studio. Both transactional applications and analytical applications can both use these query views to expose for business applications. Now, just I'm trying to give you an overview of what is a private, reuse, and a query view. I hope all the participants are okay until here. I hope all the participants okay. I thought probably they got a fair idea on what is private, reuse, and query view. Okay, thank you. Now, the next thing I would like to highlight now on how to import these objects onto system. Now, until now, what I've shown is after import, how this HANA Live would look. Now, before we actually import onto system, how to download them from service.sap.com and how would we import them, just I would like to show you. So So what I'm going to do now, I'll just try to copy this. So I'll just try to copy from the local drive onto my desktop and I'll show participants on how we can import them. Okay, so 2 minutes participant, let me download from my local drive. Yeah, so what I've done here is I just download from my local drive onto the system. So this is the file that I just imported here. Now what I'm going to do is, so here I have various content. So these are also different contents I have here. So first I will just right click on this. I'll just try to extract, and even I'll try to extract this files. So all this you can find from service.sap.com. Inside service.sap.com, you will find these files to be imported. So what I'll do now, I'll just try to open the HANA Studio, and now excuse me. So I'll click on File, click Import. So step number 1 is to download to your local drive. Step number 2, click File, expand SAP HANA content. select delivery unit, click next, select the system, click next, and once you click next, click client. So basically the files are available at the client location on my local drive. So I'll click on browse. Now here you could see there are different files that you can see here. So here you can see there are different files. So here you can see the different content that belongs to HANA. Now this content belongs to ECC, and this content belongs to Simple Finance. So let me open a Simple Finance. So in Simple Finance, you have account payables, account receivables, GL account line item query, and profitability analysis. So what I'm going to do is I'll just try to, so once you select this, so in this particular .tgz file, now please see here, hco/rds/ HANA live sfin.tgz. So in this particular file, you have four different views. Now I'll finally click finish. So once you click finish, now let us go check. So let us go to SAP package. So now let us go back, scroll to the top. What I'll do is I'll just try to go to SAP package, expand, click refresh. So once you refresh, so here you can see there is a package called sfin, expand sfin. So already some more views are already downloaded. So some of the views are already imported into the package. So basically you can import n number of views in the package. So if you expand this now, here you see there is a profitability analysis document, and then you have, let me double click on profitability analysis. So here you can see COPA document. Let me open this. So let us click open. So once you click open, so here you can see. Now COPA, especially the financial tables now for a universal journal, what SAP has done is they removed all the basic tables and finally formed one single table which is called as AC doc A. So let me open the projection. So once you open the projection, so here you could see SAP finally combined into a single table for a universal journal, which is AC doc A. That is the main table. So here you can see the AC doc A. Now, okay, so after the import, now same things that you can find. Now this is a private view. So this is a private view. And if you click back, and this is nothing but a reuse view. And if you click back, and finally this is a query view. So now what I'll do is I'll also show you how we have to import using a developer mode. So let us click File, click Import. So I'll just, if you would like to import individual objects, then we are going to use developer mode. So click Next, select System, click Next, click Browse. Let us select eFashion. expand data models, select the package, click OK, expand the content. So let us select the views that are required, click add. Once you add and click finish. Once you click finish, the content is getting refreshed. Let us go to a package called R12, R12. So now here you can see there's a package which is imported into system, which is called eFashion. So let us expand eFashion. And then here you have these views that are just imported. Now, if you would like to activate any of these views, let us. Once you double click on Data Foundation. Now, please see participants. Now, why is this table showing an error? The reason is, first of all, for this view, there is a dependency on this table. So we need to make sure whether we already have this table, which is called as article lookup. Now, let us find from catalog area whether we already have this table or not. So I'll scroll to top, expand the catalog. Let us right click on the catalog, click find. Well, once you click find, so let me search for this table. So already you have this table. So this is where in this schema you have this table. So what we need to do is, because in here this table is associated to a schema called eFashion_tutorial. Now this table, the same table is same, but the schema is different. Now whenever you have the same table in a different schema, in order to map that particular table to this data model, we need to execute schema mapping. What is schema mapping? A schema mapping is nothing but mapping authoring schema to physical schema. In this case, what is authoring schema? Authoring schema is nothing but non-existing schema. So here, what is non-existing schema? So eFashion_tutorial is a non-existing schema. T4H data pro is nothing but existing schema. So we need to map an existing schema with a non-existing schema. This is authoring schema and this is physical schema. In order to map this, what I'll do is I click on Window, Perspective, Reset Perspective. So let us go to the quick view. So once you go to the quick view, so here at the quick view, you have an option called schema mapping. Click on schema mapping, select the system, click next. Now here we need to map the schemas. So already there are some schemas which are already mapped by participants. Now I'm going to map the table. Just would like to know the table name, schema name. It is T4H underscore data So this is so this is nothing but the schema which is existing in system. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this. So I'll just try to map with eFashion. So again, I go back to the schema mapping. I'll select the system, click next. So here I'll just try to map. I'll try to map with eFashion_tutorial. So this is the non-existing schema. I'll just try to map with the. So this is the physical schema and this is the authoring schema. And click finish. So once I click finish, let me close the entire data model. Let us close everything. Let me again go back to expand. Let us let me click on validate, save and activate. So here the view is active. So let me right click on this and click data preview. And click on raw data. So let me once again recap what we are trying to see in today's session. In today's session, first I started with explanation of what is SAP HANA Live. SAP HANA Live is a pre-configured content delivered by SAP. It could be in the form of RDS, Rapid Deployment Solutions. The architecture of SAP HANA Live, you have private view, reuse view, and a query view. Private views are nothing but cannot be modified. Reuse views can be modified according to the business requirement, and query view can be exposed to the business. So once this is done, the next thing is, in order to import these views onto system, we need to go to the HANA Studio, click File. You have two different modes to import. One is using a delivery unit. If you have a .tgz file, if you would like to select individual objects, then we need to go for a developer mode. So once you import these objects, we need to find out the dependencies. We need to find out the dependencies. So we need to find the dependencies, and these dependencies can be activated. We need to perform the schema mapping. And once you perform the schema mapping, we need to activate the objects and we need to use these objects. Now, let me show assignments to the participants. So let us go to the Dropbox. If you want to see the assignments for today's topic, go to Dropbox Set2 folder, open Set2 assignments, go to BW for HANA, here you can find the assignments for SAP HANA. Let us open the assignment. Here I've given all the steps very clearly, which we discussed in the sessions. Here, copy the folder, go to the HANA Studio, click File, click on Import, select the delivery unit, click Next, click on HDB Best System, click on Next, select the client, click on Browse option. Like this, I've explained all the steps in these assignments. Thanks for attending today's session.